from shaken chairs in our living rooms to now this place on social media with millions of opportunities to be able to build our teams. And when I look at how far I've come in this business from being this shy person that struggled to even sign up 3 coaches in a month, to fast forwarding to today, to a much more confident individual that signs up 50 plus working coaches. And you know, through the years, you struggle with that belief of, can I do this? Like, can I sign up people? Am I worthy? Am I a bad person for signing up coaches to my team? Am I a bad person for recruiting? Recruiting is a weird word, right? Like, it's kind of taboo. And so I wanted to take you guys through today, not only instill in you the belief that you can do this and that it is a good thing for your business, but that it was the thing that changed me to my core, because I met some of my greatest friends through this business. And so I figured that I would come up here not to motivate you guys, you don't need to be motivated, to give you my toolbox, full transparency, give you everything from how I introduced the business opportunity from the get-go, like when they first get to know me on social media, to how I close the deal. So one of the first things that I did when I made this shift from the struggle of recruiting 3 coaches to 50 plus, I did this as a new coach, and I share this with my new coaches. And it's a brand personality quiz. You can use your phone. Apparently, if you just take a picture of that little thing, technology is incredible. So it'll take you to this quiz. And I want you to know that it isn't just about the result that you'll get from this quiz. It's the questions that I was asked that gave me the confidence to be okay with the people that I signed up. So we've often heard about our avatar, right? Like we want to sign up that ideal coach, that avatar. And it's one thing to know who you want to sign up, but it's a whole other thing to know how to talk to that person. The language in which we use to connect with people and have them drawn to us. So once I figured that out, you know, the way that I asked myself, how do I want to help the people that I work with? Ultimately, the coaches that I'm signing up, how do I want to help them? Do I want to rescue them? Do I want to take them on a journey? Do I want to inspire them, empower them, make them dream a little bit bigger, help them see beauty, or make them successful? Now that might sound like all very similar things, but they're entirely different. And so once I figured out, okay, this is who I am, this is what attracted me, and this is how I will attract other people, I then was able to create a backdrop, which is my social media. So every single day in my posts, and none of these are invite posts, none of them. They're just regular, everyday posts. I bring people into my world. Disney reference, I'm sorry. But when you're going from the Magic Kingdom to another park in Disney, you're literally immersed in that world. It's amazing to me how you can just switch which world you're in. And that's what you want to do when people are coming to your social media. And the way that you do this is just sharing this as a backdrop by weaving in that language and that, you know, tribe building mentality and the way that you want to help people into your posts and into the things that you're saying. And the way that I do this, I don't stage anything. I don't create content. I just document. And that is the way that you build trust, because you're just sharing your average day. You're sharing the stuff that makes it a little bit quirky, a little bit weird, and that's what's going to build trust, and that's what's going to take down the barriers and the walls and really make your job a lot easier, because you'll get that much less objections, because you're just documenting what you actually do, not trying to create and stage something. And the third thing that I do, and I'll just be honest, we suck at this as leaders. We suck at gratitude. What we do is we'll hit a rank, we'll hit diamond or 5-star, and then we'll hit some sort of milestone in our income and go, cool, awesome, rank, cool, done, awesome, on stage, awesome, cool, walked across stage fleet, awesome, cool. And we never sit and think, we're here, like you guys made it, you're in this room because you made it. That's something to be freaking grateful for. We are so lucky to be coaches. Like, it blows my mind that each of us said yes in a second. Like, one instant changed the course of our life forever. And I think about that every single day whenever I'm posting. And that way, my posts never come off boastful or weird or salesy. And that's how I share the opportunity. I just share my gratitude every single day in a different way. And so you could do that today. Like, I'm sitting in a room because I freaking made it. Like, that's something to be grateful for, and that's the way that I weave the business opportunity and the coaching opportunity into my posts without actually inviting. Now, the next question that I often get is, cool, but how do you sign up working coaches? I set expectations, not within my team. I set it early on, like way early on, in my posts, in my business presentations, in the way that I'm sharing what my team is doing. And so when I present the business opportunity, I will often talk about this concept of ROI, that if you were to help 3 people you would not only earn back your investment, you would make a profit. That's unheard of in today's world. And so when you start treating it like a business, in as early as the business presentation, you then have people that start their business and run because they get it. So I talk about that concept of the investment and the return on the investment and profit. The other thing that I do is the language, just like I was talking about earlier about language. I talk attitude of hustle. It's not just about dreaming big. I attract real go-getters because in my posts on social media, I will do something as simple as this the other day, where I posted a picture of I took a selfie and I said, shout out to the girls waking up early, staying up late, and hustling for their dreams. And what that does is you attract a certain type of person that just enjoys the grind, and they understand that it does take work. The other thing that I do is I'll share leaderboards, I'll share my goals, and when I share leaderboards and things that my coaches are doing, I don't use Beachbody language. I don't say success club, I don't say diamond, I don't say emerald, because the general public doesn't understand, but what they do understand is, okay, she has a team of people that are doing things, she has certain expectations that want to be met or that need to be met, and when I start, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna run. And so that's how, before I even present the opportunity, I attract people that understand that this is a real business. Now, a lot of you guys are probably thinking, okay, when's she gonna get to the actual, like, how do she recruit? I've done this for years. This is the best way I can explain in a couple words how I build my team. All roads lead to coaching. So I have one main area that I send people to. And it's a bit.ly link. It's just bit.ly. If you don't know what a bit.ly link, it just makes you look more professional. And so mine is like bit.ly/join my team or join Team Uproar. And all of these different platforms lead to that same road, so that not only am I waking up every single month, every single week, but every single day with at least one person that genuinely understands what coaching is because I shared that daily life, but they are interested in joining. And they just need a little bit more information. And most of the objections have already been overcome through sharing my daily life. And so the way that I do this is through YouTube. I'm loving YouTube right now. And I did a video recently on what I do and how I did it, and I just shared the stuff about my team, the Success Club trip and all that. But that was only after I had shared, 7+ videos throughout the month of just my daily life, so they can understand what it is that I'm actually doing. And in the description of that, there's the bit.ly link that takes them to a Wufoo form, type form. I like type form because it looks professional. You can use Jot form, Google form. It's really up to you. Same thing in Instagram stories. What I'll do is, like being at leadership, I will share the gratitude. I'll do one quick video, just sharing what I'm doing, where I'm at, and then I'll follow it with this. Help wanted, swipe up to join. You can also put this in your feed. Or you don't need the swipe up feature really. Click link in bio and it all goes to that same spot. Or a post on Instagram or on Facebook that says, hey, Coach Life Revealed sneak peek. I've done this forever as well. Drop an emoji below if you click the link in my bio and fill out the form just so I know to look out for you. Or leave your email below and guess what they get in their email? The link to sign up the form. Or hey, send me a DM, guess what they get in the DM? The link to sign up to the form. So it's always leading to the same road, and that way I feel organized in my business. When I actually present the opportunity to these people that have filled out the form, I do this in an organized way. I post a sneak peek every second week of the month. So my organization, I am not the most organized person, but this is how I organize my month. I sign up to challenge groups, I sign up to my team, I sign up to challenge groups, I sign up to my team. So every second week, I host a private group. Now, I want you to know that the recipe to a sign up does not need to be a sneak peek. There's no one way. This could be a group text message. The number one tip I can give you, and your number one job with presenting the business opportunity, is to create a VIP experience where they feel safe and they feel like they can trust you and ask you anything. And so my number one job when I'm hosting these sneak peeks is to take down the layers, go live, and just be so me that they understand, okay, she's a little bit weird and she's a little bit normal, I can do this too. And the other thing that I strive to do in these groups is to create social proof. Social proof ultimately means that when one person asks a question in the group, someone else might go, oh, hey, I had that question too, I was just a little bit too shy to ask, but that's good to know. Or better yet, when someone goes, I want to sign up, and someone goes, okay, so there is actually people signing up with her, like this is legit. That's social proof. The recipe that I use to get people signed up and to have them in this sneak peek and understand who I am and what I do 3 videos, 10 minutes each. So this could be over the span of a couple hours. This could be over the span of 1 day. This could be over the span of 3 days, which is what I do now. What I used to do was 5 days where I'd go live on day 1, share the 3 videos, and then live on the last day. So the first video, 10 minutes, no more than that, and it doesn't need to be edited or fancy or anything. It's actually better if it's not. I share my story. Very much, revolving around health and fitness, how I changed my life, where I was before, like sharing a struggle, but not going so deep into it that they can't relate to you, keeping it somewhat surface level, but being that person that takes back that wall, that takes off that wall or that barrier, so that they trust you and they understand that you're a normal person, that you share the same struggles. And the second video that I share for me the second day is just an average day in my life, and I share the objections. I come out full force with the objections. I let them know this is how I felt too, this is what I thought, I understand if you think it's a little bit weird and you don't have to stand up in people's living rooms, don't worry. I share all the stuff that I was worried about, so that again, by the time that they email me to want to sign up, I'm not getting those objections. It's already been overcome. And then the third video, and the most impactful one, is where I was and where I am now. And so there's a reason why that question is so powerful in the National Wake Up Call. Again, as leaders, we don't take the time to think about how lucky we are. And when I do this video and I think about where I was 5 years ago and where I am now, it's emotional. I think that for everyone it would be emotional, and so that's what I share on day 3, and again, that one's 10 minutes as well. And the last part of the recipe is how do you actually get them to say yes? So this is how, in 3 steps, I would say this is how you seal the deal. Urgency, scarcity, and incentives. The first one, urgency. So like I said, I'm very organized in the way, I'm organized in the way that I do it. I run it every second week, my sneak peek. I run them either from Wednesday to Friday or Thursday to Saturday. And the reason why I do that is because by the time someone gets to Friday or Saturday, they have had it with their 9-to-5 job. So because of that quiz that I shared at the beginning, I know which type of person I'm trying to track. They're probably in their 9-to-5 job, they probably hate it. And they're probably taking time on their lunch break to be able to watch these videos. So I often try and time that as well when I post up the videos. So I let them know, hey, if you're not signed up by Sunday night, I need you to be, because we're doing a Getting Started Right call together on Monday. So again, it's just being organized. And that takes me to the second step, which is scarcity. And don't roll your eyes at the spots left. It's just being organized in your business. I've heard a lot of coaches say, well, that's a gimmick when coaches say there's only certain spots left. It's not. I know how many coaches I want to sign up. I know how many coaches I can take on that week on a Getting Started Right call, and so that's what I do. And I'll say anywhere, you can do 10 spots, you can do whatever you feel that you can take on. And so I let them know that. The third one, and I honestly don't do this anymore, but it worked incredibly well in the beginning. I would do a little welcome packet, and I would say, hey, to anybody that gets signed up with Challenge Pack by Sunday night, I'm going to send you a little welcome packet. And it would be like a GoPro book with a Shakeology packet, it could be Energize packets, the new ones, yay, and just a little send card and just something saying that you're excited for them. And you take a picture of it and you let them know anyone that signs up will get this. And so that's the way that I personally seal the deal. And whenever you think about this, from that first initial language that you're using, that first initial interaction with someone, to the way that you're posting and the way that you're weaving it into your posts, and then presenting the opportunity, hopefully overcoming the objections, setting the expectations, and ultimately sealing the deal and signing someone up on your team that's a working coach that'll change their life. None of that means anything unless you believe, and that's my word, is belief. And I was asked as a new coach, I was tricked onto getting onto a call as a brand new coach. I was the shyest thing in the world. And Carl Deichler shows up. And he calls me out and he goes, hey, Angie, what are your top 3 tips for a new coach? And I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And I still think about these 3 things to this day. The first one is consistency. And I'm preaching to the choir, and I know that none of you guys even want to hear that word right now. You guys are consistent if you're here. Congratulations on talking about consistency. The second is longevity. Longevity ultimately is what you guys have done. You've stuck with it long enough to see success. And the third is belief. And when I say belief, I don't just mean belief in the products, in what we offer, in the coaching opportunity. It's belief in ourselves. And when I think about that word belief, I call it basically the Beachbody butterfly effect. That we have this opportunity to have a thumbprint on not just our downline, but the generations to come from that. And that is a freaking magical thing. And so when I think about the impact that I have and how 5 years ago or 3 years ago I sat in this room alone and I didn't have any coaches here, and to be able to look to my left and right now and see coaches that are starting to be successful, and if this is your first year, think about that, the impact on the lives that you're going to have, and how some of these people who you would have otherwise never met will possibly become some of your best friends. And I think that is presenting the coaching opportunity today. So I thank you guys. I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a great leadership.